Okay, guys, I'm back again, always, because this is free NBA daily bets on all podcast platforms and on YouTube. My name's Eric. Let's get into it. Lots of games today, guys. Lots of really good games. Interesting spots. I think there's a really good spot to make money, and I'll go over that soon. But first, let's go over the games in order. First game up. Oklahoma City Thunder at the Boston Celtics. And Celtics are -4, -4.5. Total is at 228.5. Now, Oklahoma City is going to be without Jalen Williams, the starter, the good or the better Jalen Williams. Boston, injury-wise, Tatum is questionable. I would be really surprised if Tatum does not play. Usually he sits out back-to-backs, one of the first legs of the back-to-backs. I think that's all that was against Utah. I think that was a clear, easy matchup for them. Let's rest Tatum. I expect him to play. Jaylen Brown is probable. Porzingis is still doubtful. And he posted on social media yesterday saying that he was battling some type of viral infection. Saying that the Boston Celtics training staff can't even really identify what it is. So he's questionable. So he's not doubtful. He's questionable. He may play. He's really up in the air, guys. I have no idea if he's going to play or not. And that's a key piece for Boston just because of the matchup. Oklahoma City has two bigs in Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein. Like, you're going to... I mean... in my opinion, you kind of need Porzingis to battle the Thunder. The Thunder almost at full strength, obviously minus Jalen Williams, but that matchup, like, yeah, you can start Cornette and Horford against Hardenstein and Holmgren, and still find a way to win for sure. But I think the advantage is to Oklahoma City here if Porzingis does not play. So. That's the way I'm looking. I like the +4.5. Yeah, Jalen Williams is important, but just I don't know, guys. Oklahoma City, I think, is a little bit of a just different animal than Boston, and I know that's kind of crazy because Boston is a pretty damn crazy monster in themselves, but. Like, these Oklahoma City role players just don't miss, guys. Like, from three-point land. Isaiah Joe, Cason Wallace, Aaron Wiggins, Lou Dort, Chet Holmgren, SGA. Like, and I know Boston has a ton of three-point firepower as well, but I just think the matchup with those two bigs down low, like, I think Oklahoma City finds a way to get the win here, guys. That's the way I'm leaning. Probably not going to bet it. But I know that's like the premier game of the day, so I'm sure you guys want my full depth analysis on that. Over under 228, 229. I like under. A lot of people are going to be probably betting this game over, and I mean the public's probably going to be all over the over in this game just because these teams can shoot a lot of threes. I'm not going to bet it. I could see it going either way, but this is just a rule of thumb, guys. And I made this mistake last night, betting the Pacers and the Bucks over, which almost got there. If they didn't foul Halliburton on the three-point play, it would have went into overtime, would have went over, but whatever. If there is any type of intensity this late in the season, like post All-Star break, and the both teams' records are above like 60% win percentage, which both the Thunder and Celtics are above 60%. There's a huge trend to the under, guys, and it's already been kind of cashing recently. And so I don't, and like this is like a very long historical trend, guys. I don't have the numbers off the top of my head. I just know this, like, I know like certain spots like the back of my hand, and I know this is a huge historical spot going under the total here. Two teams above 60% winning percentage post All-Star break. And both these teams love to play defense. They'll slow it down. It could be intensity. I'm not going to play it, though. Next game up, we got the Charlotte Hornets at the Atlanta Hawks. Line is -8.5 to Atlanta. The total is at 233 and a half. I'm in play in this game, guys. I am in play. I am on the over 233. That's what I released it at Twitter. That's where all my official plays are at. I'm fully transparent. My Excel sheet with all my bets are tracked in my bio, and as well as my units gained, loss in my bio as well. So check my Twitter out at Easy Money Wins for all my official plays. Now, Charlotte, they have a pretty healthy roster right now. LaMelo Ball's good to go. Mark Williams good to go. Miles Bridges is good to go. They're in a really good spot. Now, when they play teams that play slower pace, like the Nets and the Heat, they'll play to that game. They'll play under. They'll play a slow game. When they're on the road and they're playing a faster paced team, like Atlanta, like their last road trip against Golden State, against Portland, they got blown out every single game. Okay. Now the only difference is those teams play defense. Atlanta doesn't play defense, guys. Okay, like, and I know it's kind of crazy. You're like, well, I need to see like if Atlanta's going to play, can they keep it up? Can they keep going like at a crazy pace? And yeah, guys, they can. Okay, like Quinn Snyder's not reprimanding anybody for playing bad defense. Like he's fine with it. He's fine with that, guys. So. Last game, Atlanta gave up 123 points to Philadelphia. Philadelphia, they struggle offensively. So for Philadelphia to get to 123, like for this game to go over, all we need is Charlotte to get to 114, Atlanta get to 120. It goes over. Like, it's very doable, guys. I honestly think the line should be closer to like 235, 236. So, and then I don't trust Atlanta here to get stops. I actually like the Hornets plus 8.5. The Hornets they're actually on a 2-game winning streak, but I can't bet them. I trusted. Well, I mean, I don't know. That plus 8.5 looks good too, guys. I bet the 76ers plus 9.5. That was with Trae Young not playing last game. Trae Young, I would assume he plays. He usually doesn't sit out more than one game. If he sits out, I will be a little weary about the over, but I'll probably still keep it going because that means the Hornets probably rise up and think that they can win even more, thus them playing better offensively, playing a better game, and then Atlanta can still score even without Trae Young. So we'll see, guys. Those are my thoughts on that game. Next game up, we got the Philadelphia 76ers at the Toronto Raptors. And gosh, guys, I want to bet this game so badly. I'm going to think about it. The Raptors are sitting a lot of people, guys. RJ Barrett's out. Grady Dick is out. Emmanuel Quickley's out. Scotty Barnes is questionable. Let's see. Is Ochai Agbaji out too? Agbaji's doubtful. So most likely, yes, he's out. Jacoby Walter will not play as well. Mogbo is out as well. So, I mean, best case scenario for them, it would be Jamal Sheed, Scotty Barnes, Jakob Poeltl, AJ Lawson, Chris Boucher, and then on the bench they'll be thin. They'll have like Orlando Robinson, and like that's it, guys. That's it. That's all that is all they will have. So I'm pretty sure Scotty Barnes is going to play. If Scotty Barnes doesn't play, I'm going to bet the Philadelphia 76ers, and God, I hope they freaking come through. But the spread is plus 3.5. Let me see if it's moved. No, it's still plus 3.5 to Philadelphia, the road underdog. Over under did jump. It opened up 213. It's up to 218. I kind of agree with that, but again, I need the Raptors have to have people who can score. Like, they already don't shoot the 3-point ball well. So you're telling me without Grady Dick, Emmanuel Quickley, and RJ Barrett, their 3 best 3-point shooters, they're not playing, and all of a sudden they're going to be able to get like over 218 total? I don't know. I don't see it. Philly actually has enough players available to play well, I think. Andre Drummond's questionable. Kelly Oubre's questionable. But I do lean that both of them play. Tyrese Maxey's out. Paul George is out. They've been out. But Quentin Grimes is playing well. Jared Butler's playing well. Yeah, Yabusele gives good minutes. Justin Edwards plays okay. Lonnie Walker, and Ricky Council off the bench. Adam Bona actually off the bench has played well too. Like, it's just going to come down to Philadelphia actually caring to play, and like they care to play at home, but on the road, like even Toronto against, like, if they come out and they really want to win, they're probably going to win and they'll probably cover. But that's how it goes, guys. Like, if the team, even though they're not as talented, because like on paper, the 76ers are more talented than the Raptors, than what the Raptors will throw out there tomorrow night. But it all comes down to motivation, guys. And I've seen the 76ers play on the road. Their last couple road games, I've watched them. Not pretty, guys. Not pretty at all. Awful effort. Without their star players, it literally just looks like they're going through the motions. And then they come at home and they give really good effort. So again, I'm not looking to back the 76ers, and then the lack of offense from Toronto makes me cautious about playing 76ers team total over, because they just might get into a defensive slugfest, which both those teams are kind of comfortable getting into anyways. I know not the 76ers of late, but still, I don't see where the points are going to come from Toronto here. It's tough, guys. I want to bet Philly plus 3.5. I'll sleep it over and see what I think about tomorrow morning when I wake up. Next game up. Oh, I hate this game. I hate these two teams. I don't. I'm mad at myself, guys. It's okay. Dallas Mavericks at the San Antonio Spurs. 2 nights ago, I talked up the San Antonio Spurs over 117.5. Team total over is like my best bet. Like, for sure gonna bet it. And then the next morning I woke up and I looked at it like an hour before tip-off and was like, I don't know why, but I feel nervous about it now. And of course, I shouldn't have. The game flew over, guys. Flew over. I think San Antonio had like 100 points at the end of the third quarter. They finished with like 127 or something like that. Like, cleared it easily. The total this time is 237, and Spurs are minus 5.5. And this is the thing, guys. We have to see if Dallas has PJ Washington available, because he does add some size and rebounding that they've missed tremendously. He's questionable. Dante Exum is questionable. And Brandon Williams, the really talented point guard that's playing like on a 10-day contract, he's questionable as well. Spencer Dinwiddie's available, Max Christie, Klay Thompson, Caleb Martin, Najee Marshall, Dwight Powell, Kessler Edwards. And they play hard, guys. Like, the Mavericks don't quit, even though they're shorthanded. They play really hard. They play with a lot of pride, and they give up a ton of points because they have no rim protection, or they barely play Dwight Powell. They just go small ball. And I can only look over again here, guys. For San Antonio, let's see. I think it's Vassell. Yeah, Vassell's questionable. Jeremy Sochan is questionable. Don't really care about if he plays or not. They just lost to Dallas 2 nights ago as well, so they'll be motivated. You know what? I don't want to force anything, guys, but it's going to be high. It's going to be 119 plus 3, 122. It's probably going to be like 121.5, maybe even 122.5 over for the Spurs. It's high, guys, but I still think the Spurs get over that number. I wish I took the 119.5, 118.5 2 days ago, because I don't think I can get there with it this time. And even the minus 5.5, I still like. The Spurs can't get stops, guys. They can't get stops. It is a really nice spot for them, though. They've lost 3 in a row. They're at home. Just lost this team. Like, I really do think the Spurs win this game, guys. Covering minus 5.5. I'm not in love with it. I think the line should be closer to minus 4. I think that'd be a better line, but I don't know. We'll see. Next game up, we have the Phoenix Suns at the Houston Rockets. And let's see, Houston. Fred VanVleet's actually probable for this game. He's missed a lot of time. I think he came back for one game and then was injured again. Amen Thompson is out for like another week or something like that. Other than that, they're all healthy guys. Jabari Smith will just start then. They still got Cam Whitmore, Aaron Holiday, Tari Eason's been playing really well. Steven Adams has been giving good minutes. They're very talented guys. Houston's very talented. They care. They play harder than a lot of teams, like even when they're on winning streaks, and they've won 3 in a row right now. And no back-to-back for them here. I like them to win this game, guys. I like them to win this game. It's Phoenix. It's a short number, kind of, -4. Over-unders at 229. It's kind of going down a little bit, 228.5, because Phoenix likes to play defense. The only thing is that the Phoenix Suns don't play defense. And on the road, their games have been going over easily. And I called this and I knew this, and like I'm mad at myself I didn't keep playing it, but oh well. Look forward to today and finding good trends, good spots, and cashing tickets. So the Suns are fully healthy. They've been alternating wins and losses recently. So they've shown a little bit more life, guys. Just a little bit. They still are getting kind of their lunch handed to them by Memphis a little bit. Memphis, not lunch handed, but I mean, Memphis was in control last game. They beat a really short-handed Dallas team. They beat the Clippers, I think on a second night of a back-to-back. No, it was front night. They were lucky to beat the Clippers. Denver, they were lucky to force overtime. Got smacked by Minnesota, beat New Orleans. So, I mean, like, they beat Chicago, New Orleans, Dallas. That's not impressive. And they barely beat the Clippers at home in a desperation spot. Like, this team's still not good, guys. They're still not good. Houston, I don't like that Amen Thompson's out because I want to bet the over in this game. I really do think, like, if we just look like they've gone over 228 easily. Has Phoenix in their last 3 road games. Yeah, it's been against really fast opponents, but if you look back to their other previous road trip, they went over this number in every single one of those games as well, and that included one of the games against Houston. So like their last 8 road games, they've gone over 228, guys. They've gone over it, and that's been against slow-paced teams, fast-paced teams, good teams, bad teams. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, Phoenix doesn't play defense, guys. So, maybe Houston team total over would be like 116. I like that a lot. I like it to go over in general, guys. And then I lean Houston -4. All right, we got 4 games left. Next game up. This game's a head scratcher, guys. Maybe not. I don't know. It's just the spot, in my opinion, is Miami. It's the Heat hosting the Clippers, and the line's already moving in that direction. And Miami's a mess, guys. They're a big time mess. But injury wise, they're actually very healthy, except for Terry Rozier is probable. So no, they're good. Alex Burks is questionable. So they might actually have a full strength roster. They've been playing now for like 2 games with all the people coming back, but they've lost 4 in a row. They just lost to Charlotte and Chicago, just really bad, and they lost to Minnesota and Cleveland. Those are respectable. Before that, like their last 4-game homestand, they had won 3 out of 4, including against Indiana and Atlanta. So I mean, I think they win this game, guys. I really, really don't want to bet them, but I don't think Kawhi Leonard's been playing on the second night of back-to-backs. Ben Simmons is already out, and Norman Powell's already out. So if it's, and they played last night against New Orleans, and they lost 127-120. Kawhi played a lot of minutes. I think it was 36 minutes. and then Harden played 40 minutes. Harden will probably play on the second night of back-to-back. Zubac played 38 minutes as well. Guys, I think Miami gets a win here because they play Boston and Memphis and the Knicks next. And if they don't beat the Clippers, I don't see them beating Boston. They may beat Memphis. I don't think they win at New York. And then they play Detroit and Houston at home. They could really go on like a 10-game losing streak. Maybe they do. Maybe they do, guys. But I don't know, guys. I think Miami at home, there's still a lot of pride there. They have good players there. They're just not playing well. I think they play well here, guys. I think they get it done. I really do. The Clippers had just won 3 in a row, and before this loss at New Orleans, they're going to be motivated to play hard, but their last road trip they really struggled. They only had 2 wins out of 9 games or something, out of 8 games. They went 2-6 on their last road trip. A lot of injuries, a lot of people in and out of the roster. I agree with the move. I like the Heat -2, -2.5. I don't love it. I'd rather take it on the money line. Just the way that they close out games is like freaking embarrassing. Yeah, guys. Over unders 209. Man, I like it over. I think it gets there. I know it's kind of hard to trust the Heat, but I think the Heat play really well here, guys. I do. Clippers, second night of a back-to-back, played a lot of minutes. They'll have a lot of defensive guys out. It's just too short of a number in my opinion. I know it's the Heat, but I still think it gets over, guys. Okay, 3 games left. And we got the Jazz at the Grizzlies. The line is +13.5 to the Jazz. There's a lot of injury stuff. And then the Grizzlies, I don't know if it's, Utah at Memphis, guys. Over-unders at 243. And Utah games, guys, I can only look over. I don't care that it's 243. I still think it goes over that number. I don't care who plays for the Jazz. The Jazz are going to give up a crap ton of points. And then they can score a lot of points. And they never fight. They never stop fighting. They've come back and covered the spread in 3 straight games after being down like 20 points in each of those games. So they keep going. They keep fighting. And they cover point spreads right now, and they're fine with losing. So, and then on the other hand, the contrary, Memphis, they can't stop anybody. They don't close out games well, and they're just I don't know what's wrong with Memphis, guys. I don't know if it's Jaren Jackson Jr., but this was happening before Jaren Jackson Jr. got hurt. So, Zach Edey is questionable. Santi Aldama. Is he in or out? Sorry, let me see if Santi's in or not. He's not going to play. So Santi's out. Zach Edey's questionable. Brandon Clark's questionable. They still got a lot of really good players there. For Utah, Markkanen is questionable, so he may play. Jordan Clarkson is questionable. Keontae George is doubtful. And honestly, at this point, Markkanen and Jordan Clarkson have just been in and out of the lineup so much. I almost would rather them not play and have Memphis just overlook the young guys and not take the young guys seriously. Because the young guys, Bryce Sensabaugh can play pretty well. KJ Martin can give good efforts. Kyle Filipowski's shooting the ball really well right now. Johnny Juzang can shoot the ball pretty well. Colin Sexton is available to play. John Collins is available to play. Walker Kessler is available to play. Walker Kessler's a beast. So, I don't see why the Jazz don't cover this number, guys. +13.5. I'm pretty confident I'm gonna bet the Jazz +13.5, guys. Grizzlies can't get stops. They don't care to get stops. There's something wrong with them. They're not finishing games. No way in heck am I trusting them to win by more than 13 points, even at home against the Jazz right now, guys. But the Jazz have good players, guys. At least guys that can cover point spreads. And so give me the Jazz +13.5. Probably going to bet that. Next game up, got the Minnesota Timberwolves at the Denver Nuggets. And this is a 5-unit max bet play. I'm on it already. Released it at Twitter. I'm on the Denver Nuggets, guys, money line against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Jokic is questionable, probable, whatever. He's going to play, guys. He just played the last game on the second night of a back-to-back. Jamal Murray's probable. Aaron Gordon is doubtful, but he didn't play last game against OKC when they won. So I'm fine with Aaron Gordon not playing. Like, yeah, I'd rather him play, but that just means they'll start Russell Westbrook. And they have not they've lost 4 straight games to Minnesota now, guys, since the playoffs, since they were up 3-2 against them in the playoffs in the Western Conference semifinals. So they've already lost twice to them in the season, like I just said, and this is just, they're a damn good team at home, guys. In Minnesota, on the road against playoff teams, they're like 2-5 in their last 7 games, and they got lucky to beat OKC. They were down 16 with 3 minutes left, so really like 1-6. The only playoff team that they've beaten on the road of late is, let me see here, the playoff team that they've beaten on the road of late is, you'd have to go all the way back to at the time, Dallas, 115-114 on January 22nd. Like, they don't win games on the road against, upper echelon or, solid, really good, really great teams like Denver. So, they're on a 4-game win streak, but they beat Philly on the second night of back-to-back. They beat Charlotte, who sucks. They beat Miami, who's in a really awful funk. And they beat San Antonio, who sucks. So now you're telling me they're going at Denver, and like, I'm sorry, guys. Give me Denver. Max bet, guys. 5-unit max bet. I'm on it. All right. Over under for that game. And sorry, the spread's -3.5. I took -155 on the money line. I bet what you know. I know they're gonna win. I feel very damn confident about that. Could they win and not cover? They could. So I'm just taking the money line here, guys. I only step out on -150 money lines on like 5-unit plays usually. So that's where I'm at with that. Over under's 236.5. I kind of lean over here just because I think we're gonna get a really huge game from Denver, and I think Minnesota can score as well against Denver's bad defense. So Nuggets, and lots of points, guys. All right, last game up. We got the New York Knicks at the Portland Trailblazers. The Knicks just had their best 3-point shooting outburst of the season, and that was without Jalen Brunson last game against Sacramento. But that was the second night of a back-to-back for Sacramento. They were sluggish. They were flat. And it's just, I think that's just one of those games, like, it's an outlier in my opinion, where that's not going to happen, guys. Like Josh Hart, McBride, Cam Payne, like all those guys, like just going crazy from 3-point land. I don't see that happening at Portland. Portland's been playing really good defense since the All-Star break. The only reason why they've been giving up a lot of points is because they play at a blistering pace. So, like, they're the number 1 defensive team, but they're also the number 1 pace team in the NBA post All-Star break. So, like, that just means, like, yeah, they'll score 130 points, but then they'll give up 115, and it looks like they're not playing good defense, but they actually are. It's just because there's so many possessions in the game. It would be more of equivalent to like if they're playing at a normal pace, they won like 120 to 105, something like that. So, that's why it kind of looks that way. So I mean, I can only look points here, and it's at 226. I mean, Portland games 226. I don't agree with that, guys. They're very healthy. It's just Jeremy Grant's questionable. Robert Williams is out or doubtful or whatever. I don't care if he plays or not. Everybody else is good to go. Now, Portland, they were winning a lot of games recently, before this 4-game losing streak that they've had, they were winning a lot of games. I mean, they were winning a ton of games, guys. They won 15 out of... They were 15-6, guys. 15-6 since January 19th, before they lost their 4 in a row here against Boston, Oklahoma City, Detroit, and Golden State. So those are all 4 playoff teams. Now they get New York, another playoff team, but they're at home this time. And, there's no back-to-back here, no front-end back-to-back. Knicks are coming off a super, really good win for them. I can only look. I hate it, guys. I want to bet the Knicks -4, but I'm telling you, this is a spot where Portland probably plays an amazing game. Portland team total is probably a really good bet here, just because I think the Knicks probably overlooked them a little bit, and they kind of have a flat spot here. And Portland at home has just been a really, really great moneymaker this year. And I do see points here, and the point total's low, so it's going to be like 113 -2. Just Portland to get to 111. I'm sorry, guys. That's a bet. That's a bet for sure. Trailblazers team total over 111. I know the Knicks are like saying, yeah, we're playing better defense. Which they are without Jalen Brunson, and Josh Hart was like laughing about it. But I'm sorry, guys. I like Portland to go over this number here. They've gone under, not a lot, but I might need to think about it, guys. I'll think about it. I still like them plus 4.5 and the over 226.5, guys. Lots to think about for tomorrow. Lots of stuff to still analyze and go over, but I feel really damn good about the Denver Nuggets tomorrow, guys. 5-unit max bet. Play that shit. That's free money. All right, guys. That's it. I'm going to bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow, as always.